We often get asked how BK18 compares to many of the colostrum products available in the market today. The first thing I want to say about colostrum is that it's a wonderful product and it's been used with some success around the world. The important thing to recall is how much colostrum is really required to have a beneficial effect. We're often compared to colostrum products and asked how we compare against colostrum. It's important to know that colostrum, while it's a very beneficial product, does require a large dose of material to have some significant effect. What we know from studies is that the generally recognized daily amount of colostrum is roughly 6 grams of colostrum per day. However, recent studies undertaken by Fonterra, a very large New Zealand-based dairy company who supplied colostrum to the worldwide market, looked at the impact of colostrum where subjects were taking 60 grams of colostrum a day. And Fonterra wanted to assess what impact that had in blood levels of things like growth factor and other biologically important and relevant components within an individual's blood. Fonterra concluded out of the study that there was no impact, there was no change compared to taking a placebo at 60 grams. There's been a lot said about the benefits of colostrum, and many of the clinical studies have reported benefits. But unfortunately, in recent studies in 2014 showed that the methodology of those studies were flawed. So while I don't dispute there is benefit to colostrum, especially fresh colostrum, the problems that we face is that colostrum has to be pasteurized before it can be processed, and the spray drying process can often denature and deactivate a lot of the bioactive components. We don't use spray dried bioactives in our product. Our ingredients, largely that are sensitive to heat, are all freeze dried. That is to say, part of our process is to control the temperature and ensure that heat doesn't interfere or affect our ingredients. All our biologically active components are tested for biological activity. 30% of dairy bioactives are lost during pasteurization, and then another 30% of dairy bioactives are lost again during the spray drying phase of production. So all in all, studies that looked at fresh colostrum can't really be compared to the bulk of studies that look at spray dried, and those claims can't be conferred from a source of fresh colostrum to spray dried colostrum. Many colostrum products claim to promote the body's immune system through the introduction of immunoglobulin. But the problem with this is that the processing of colostrum products often denatures or reduces the effectiveness of immunoglobulin, because colostrum needs to be pasteurized before it's processed, and then the volume of colostrum to be processed needs to be spray dried. Each of these components has a negative effect on the quality and quantity of immunoglobulin in the final colostrum product.